Coming to you live from Pasadena, Monologue! And now, your lovable host, Donald Briggs!
Thank you. Welcome to Monologue, the show where actors get the opportunity to show off their acting abilities in a competition in front of established industry judges. Now, let me introduce you to the judges who we have in this evening. We have Mr. Barry Papick, acting coach to the stars and an established actor himself, having appeared on shows like CBS's Without a Trace. Thank you, Barry. We have McCall Sennett, an established actress in her own right. She has made many recurring appearances on the long-running soap opera One Life to Live and Law and Order CI. Welcome, McCall.
Thank you.
And Justin Ross, internationally renowned Justin Ross, who is an established actor in the theater. He has made many Broadway productions, including Pippin and The Chorus Line. Welcome, Justin.
Thank you.
All right, and without further ado, I'm going to bring in our first contestant. His name is Brian Brown, and he's going to be doing a piece called Message in a Bottle. Brian.
Hey, Dad, it's me. We haven't heard from you from a while, so I just thought I'd call and say hi. Some Iraqi dudes blew up a building and took out 30 soldiers right near you. It's all over the news. I hope none of your friends got killed. So, school's out, so I'm on summer break now. Surf camp is good. I got up 25 times today, so that's good. But I also wiped out pretty bad. My surfboard hit my face. It hurt pretty bad. But I just kept going. Anyway, I'm just calling to play you something. I've been working on it for a while. I haven't come up with a name for it yet. I'm really bad at that, but I wanted to play it for you. So, here it goes. Well, that's as far as I've gotten. I wish you were here to help me finish it. But maybe you can call me when you wake up. I miss you. I worry about you. Mom misses you too. Don't worry, I always cheer her up. Oh, and don't forget, your anniversary is coming up next week, so you better remember to send Mom flowers or you're going to be in a doghouse again. Okay. Love you. Stay safe out there. Bye.
All right, so let's go ahead to the judges and find out what the judges think of Brian's performance. Barry Papick.
Brian, let me first say, the women must love you, am I right?
Yes.
Those cheeks are amazing. I thought you did a great job. And you were a little nervous at first, but you got lost in the words at the beginning, and that was just out of nervousness. So my suggestion is to really understand your preparation, really understand that this is a monologue about your dad and the love of your dad. And so the preparation wasn't everything it needed to be, but I thought that ultimately you found the right track. I think you're great, man.
Thanks.
But make sure that you really dig in and make sure that your preparation is really strong.
Thank you.
I want to just commend you also on your guitar playing. It's really something. Did you make up that song?
Yes.
Well done. It was a nice transition in between, and I felt like after you played that you really you loosened up and got into it more. I would agree with Barry that in the beginning you were a little bit, the nerves and whatnot, you could hear more the lines instead of actually what was going on underneath them. So I would encourage you just to really connect to the emotion of what's going on with you, with your dad, and maybe bring a little more of that to it in the beginning, and that will feed you through the rest of it.
Thank you.
Sure.
Well, first I want to say how impressed I am that you wrote that piece, which I think is quite remarkable, because there's a very natural rhythm to the writing. It felt very, very honest and very true. I also felt the nerves at the top. I saw your audition tape, and you were a lot more relaxed at that point.
Yes.
But by the end of the monologue, I felt you really nailed it. I really got the emotion behind your caring for your dad, your being the man of the house, caring for him and for your mom, and making sure that, that he remembers about the anniversary. Good job,
Thank you.
Ryan, really.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. All right, thank you, Brian. All right, and our next contestant is a lovely young lady, goes by the name of Christina Gabrielle, and she is doing a piece called Confused Teen. Please welcome Christina.
What's going on? I don't get it. Why is it when you become a teenager, everything gets so confusing? I mean, what are they doing? Spiking up the makeup? Is there some kind of like unwritten law that when you become a teenager, you move into a realm of insanity? I mean, think about it. I'm not supposed to wash my face before I work out because, it causes breakouts. But I'm supposed to wash my face before I exercise because it prevents buildup. I'm not supposed to eat chocolate because it causes pimples. But wait, hold on. I'm supposed to eat chocolate before I take a test because it's great brain food. But I'm supposed to have a lot of rich foods that have iron in them. But, because, it helps my circulation. But I'm not supposed to have a lot of iron because it, prevents ability from myself absorbing calcium. I don't get it. It's really confusing. But, if I could survive being a confused teenager, I could just survive anything.
Thank you, Christina. Now let's find out how you did. Let's turn to the judges. Barry.
Christina, how you doing?
Hi.
Good. How did you feel up there?
I felt a little bit nervous at first, but as I started explaining about the monologue, maybe the nerves went away.
Yeah, I think so too. I think you have to be careful of choosing the right person to tell this to. Because what happened today was it wasn't specific who you were talking to. And that choice is very important in this piece. It's a different piece if you're telling it to your mother or your aunt, or if you're telling it to your best friend. And that wasn't specific for us today. And that's what happened in the middle. You got lost in the words because you really didn't know who you were talking to, and the words became a little more important than the piece. But I liked it, and I think you're adorable. And make sure also that you don't mug. Don't mug to the camera. Just speak the truth, and we'll be right there with you.
Hi. I think you did a great job of capturing the sort of daunting confusion that is teenage life. I very much believed you in the role.
It's true.
It's a confusing time, and you really did a good job of capturing that. I would just encourage you to give yourself the ability to really take breaths and not feel like you can't take your time, because the silence and what's in between the words is just as important, and just basically remember to breathe. It's like an easy thing to forget in the midst of all of this, but just connecting with that, I think, will allow you to get the message across even better and kind of dispel the nerves.
Hi. Well, I think you look great.
Oh, thank you.
I love your outfit. It helped me understand who this girl is. But to Barry's point, I agree that it wasn't clear exactly who you were speaking to, and I think that if you are speaking to one of your peers, I wanted a little bit more investment in the frustration of, what's up with all of this stuff that we're supposed to, they tell us one thing and then there's another thing, and I think if you were really grounded in that, then you would have had a little more fun with it, as you probably do when you are speaking conversationally with a girlfriend. So that's what I would suggest. Be more specific in your mind about who it is you're talking to, and I think you'll hit it on the head next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Christina. Appreciate it. Thank you. All right, good job, Christina. All right, we have our next contestant. It's going to take us back a little. Azucena Gramajo is going to be doing a piece from, she's going to be Lady Macbeth, Act 5, Scene 1. Azucena Gramajo.
Your tears a spot. Out, damn spot out, I say. 1, 2. Hell is murky. Well, then 'tis time to do it. Fie, my lord, fie. A soldier and a fiend. One needs, we know who knows it, when none can bring our powers to account. But who would have thought the old man to have had so much blood in him? The Thane of Five had a wife. Where is she now? What will these hands now be clean? No more that, my lord, no more that. You mar off with this starting. Here's the smell of blood still. All the perfumes of Arabia cannot sweeten this little hand. Wash your face. Put on your nightgown. Look not so pale. I tell you yet again, Banquo's buried. He cannot come out on his grave. Come. Give me your hand. What's done cannot be undone. To bed.
Wow. Thank you, Azucena. Appreciate that. Wow. Let's go to Barry and find out what he thought of that performance.
I thought you did a great job. Shakespeare's a big chunk, and Lady Macbeth is a big chunk in Shakespeare. Because of the insanity and the guilt. This monologue is about guilt, and I thought that that you did a great job with it. I had a couple problems with it, and that's even in Shakespeare, and especially in Shakespeare, never push emotion. Let the emotion come. 0% truth is, what we want to see is, if I see 15% truth, I could open it up to 100% truth. But if I see zero truth, then I have no place to go with it. So I thought that you tapped into some emotion that was truthful, but I thought you pushed it along a little. Just let it be where it is and trust it. And that's what you didn't do tonight, was you didn't trust it. But the one thing that you did tonight, which I thought was wonderful, was you really let the silences speak. And McCall really talked about this before. Even silences have an arc in our acting. So make sure that you take your time with your silences just as you would with your words. And I thought you really did that today, and I thought that was very wonderful.
Thank you.
I thought that you had great focus and a really great conviction. Your sense of conviction was dead on, which was fabulous. I'd much rather see an actor really go for it than kind of pansy in between and not really know what's at stake. And so you had really high stakes, which was great. I felt like at the end you could have taken more time. Don't be afraid to linger with the piece and linger with what's happening to her at the end. You know, it doesn't have to end just because the words end. So own your space. And also, were you doing like a British accent, or?
I think it just sort of went in there, yeah.
Try it without, because I felt like it worked, it was good, but I think that it might have been even more authentic if you just brought more of yourself to it and didn't feel like you had to put that on because it's Shakespeare.
Okay.
Sure, thank you.
Well, that was really brave. And you got a lot of props for that. I mean, taking on a monologue like that is like a pop singer taking on a Whitney Houston or Mariah Carey song. And that's really hard. I love your look. I think, you brought a little, Nicki Minaj to, Shakespeare, which is very cool. Do you mind my asking, how old are you?
19.
19. Yeah. So again, bravo for attempting this. But my advice would be that this is something to work up to in your, God willing, very long career as an actress. But when you're auditioning for something, you might want to try something a little bit more age and experience appropriate. But kudos for taking it on.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Susanna, let me ask you, because I did see the audition tape, and there were a couple of things that the judges had mentioned before, as far as the taking your time and then the 10 or 15% truth and the other. What do you think of what they said?
Well, I think that I could probably use that for the next audition. Like, it's like really good information because, like, yeah, I kind of sometimes feel like my pauses, like I could do more with that.
Yeah.
Definitely. And like, I guess the nervousness kind of made me like, oh, just rush through it,
Yeah.
and it kind of does that sometimes.
Sure.
But definitely to work on that, and then I will take that in.
Just something like Juliet, if you love Shakespeare, I mean, Juliet's younger than you are, but still, you have a very youthful, appearance. So that might be something a little bit more akin to your life experience at this point.
Yeah, Lady Macbeth is a huge chunk, and it's something that you wouldn't play for a long time. And at 19, there's just so many beautiful things that you can play.
Okay. Thank you.
Great.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Susanna. Appreciate it. Thank you. Right, and our last contestant for tonight is actually our youngest contestant, a very talented young actor by the name of Jack Shepard. He's going to do a piece called The Alien. Please welcome Jack Shepard.
Mom, it's not my fault my room's a mess. Anthony and I were just playing with these new race cars. Well, only 4 of them, and we heard this weird noise outside. So he opens up the window, and this huge spaceship landed. And this slimy green alien with 3 heads came out and jumped in my window. Anthony tried to shoot him with my zapper gun, but he missed and hit the aquarium. That's why everything was wet, and my fish were flopping all over the floor. He shot again, but didn't even hurt him. The alien just got real mad. She knocked off all the books off my shelf and picked up my toy box with his long pointed antennas and dumped it all over my room. So I threw a boomerang at him and it bumped him on his stupid head. And he slammed out the window and the spaceship disappeared into the sky. Jeez, Mom, you should be happy I'm still alive.
Jack Shepard, everybody. I got to tell you, the exact same thing happened to me last week. Well, let's find out what the judges think of Jack's performance. Barry.
Jack, you're amazing. What are you, 30 years old? It's just a guess. And that dimple, you bought that dimple specially for here, right? I thought you were great. Don't be afraid to really take your time at the beginning, because you really took your time at the end, and all of a sudden things just started to open up for you. But I think you're wonderful. I think you're adorable. I have hair envy, and I think you're great.
I also, that ending was fantastic. You really just, you nailed it. So I would love to see that in the beginning too. It was fantastic, but just don't be afraid to slow it down a little bit and it was almost like your sentences all came together. So just remember to breathe in between and look for your mom's response. See how she's reacting to this big fib that you're telling, because I know that there's a quality of you really believing what you're saying. So it's like wrestling with that versus is she getting it? Is it working? So check in with her every once in a while. Okay? Thank you. You're great.
Well, I agree. I think you're just terrific. I can't wait to see what fate has in store for you as an actor. I think you're a very natural actor, which is a rare thing, especially in a child actor. It wasn't slick. It was really genuine. I think the most important and thing that I've seen from you tonight is that I really believed that there was another person in the room with you. And that's the hardest thing to pull off in a monologue, is who it is that you're talking to. And I believe that your mom was there, and I believe that you really were trying to convince her. That ending was remarkable. I mean, how you took your time as that spaceship went off and you watched it go, and I saw it go. And that's the mark of really great acting, when you can create a picture with just dialogue and emotion that isn't there for the audience to see. So, great work.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed watching the acts. Now, as what we're going to do right now is to tabulate the scores. And so what I want to do is I want to go to the judges and find out what the judges thought about this entire process. But what I want to let you know is that you've seen some very talented actors and little actresses here. So these are going to be your future stars, people. So take a good look at them right now. And so what we're going to do right now is we're going to go ahead and turn to the judges, and we're going to find out what the judges thought of the activities tonight. So let's go ahead and start with Barry. Barry, what did you think of the performances this evening?
Well, I thought the performances were great, and the thing that I really loved was just the youth. It was great to see young people, just really going for it, working hard, and I just thought it was wonderful and exciting, definitely.
Good.
Yeah, I so much enjoyed the range of different material that people brought to it. It really ran the gamut, and there was a lot of youth and vitality. It was wonderful.
Yes, I really appreciated the investment that each one of the actors brought to their pieces, and in a circumstance like this where, there's lights and judges and an audience and a camera and waiting time before going on to stay focused and come on and hit it, that's really hard. It's hard when you're a seasoned pro. So kudos to each and every one of them. It was really a pleasure to watch them.
Now let me ask you guys, did you guys start out when you were younger as well?
Absolutely. I started acting when I was in college. And I wish that I started when I was this young, because I always felt like the things that I could have learned in my youth, I had to learn in college. So I think it's great to start out this young. I wish I did.
I did my first commercial with my mom when I was 7. She brought me along. My mother was an actress, and she brought me along to an audition, and we both got it together, and that kind of just opened up my entire world. I was very shy before that, and it kind of really brought me out. Yeah.
I had the good fortune of being brought up in New York City and going to the High School of Performing Arts. So not only was I getting, great training at a very young age, but I was also able to access great actors and actresses on the Broadway stage. I saw a show at least once a week. It was swell, and that's why, again, it's wonderful to see young actors hitting it as well as they did tonight.
Good, well, thank you. Now here's what we're going to do right now. We're going to bring out all of the contestants right now, and then we're going to announce the winners. So contestants, please come over here.
This is the hard part. Oh.
What a beautiful group.
Yeah,
is a beautiful group,
absolutely.
Yeah.
indeed.
Yeah.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So our second one runner-up is Azucena Gramajo. Congratulations, Azucena. And our winner is Jack Shepard. Congratulations. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for coming here tonight. I want to ask you to tune in the next time, and we'll bring some more contestants in for the next time around. So let's give a final round of applause to our contestants. I want to thank our fabulous panel of judges, Barry Peppett, Nicole Sennett, and Justin Ross. I'd like to thank the audience, and I'd like to thank all of the studio personnel who helped put this whole thing together. So thank you very much, and we'll see you the next time. Good job, everybody. Great
Good job, you guys.
Good job,
Brian, dude, you definitely got
Good
some
job,
dates
Brian.
out of this, that's for sure.
Good job, Brian. And Jack, congratulations, all right? All right, thank you very much. We can talk now because it shouldn't be a recording us right now. So don't move off the stage yet until we Okay. All right. Thank you guys. It's been great. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Donald.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Justin. Thank you. Appreciate it very much. Okay.